Good morning, evening, or afternoon. I'm the Mainly Digger, and I hope you're staying healthy. Hope you're staying COVID free. I'm making a video about milestones, my milestones on YouTube as a YouTube creator, and kind of reviewing my YouTube channel, my content over the past couple of years. As of February, I have over 12,000 subscribers, 80,000 views, and 450 videos, which is awesome. I'd like to make money from this, from doing videos and stuff like that, but that's not why I set out to have a YouTube channel. I uh, I honestly, when I started, I knew nothing about making videos or taking photos or YouTube in general. I knew nothing about YouTube at all. I knew a lot about history, a little about metal detecting, and I had a metal detector. This is kind of a review of my earlier content, and I, I I'm going to not at the end. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I want to take some of the comments, some of the crazier comments that I've received, or the funny comments, or negative comments, or there's some hilarious comments from fans or subscribers, or not fans at all. It's just fun. I'll say this about the negative comments. There's a difference between negative comments and criticism, and it's just fun to see. So yeah, hopefully you'll join me on this little adventure. This is the first introduction video. I wrote out and memorized what I wanted to say, and it turned out horribly because I remembered like I don't do well, or I try to read off a script. So I didn't like it. This was the first time that I recorded myself for my YouTube channel. It was at Cowan's Gap State Park in Pennsylvania, and I really didn't like it, and I redid the introduction shortly after that. This is the second introduction I did to my YouTube channel. I still haven't learned how to turn the camera or my phone over, or how to edit, but a lot of people like this, and a lot of, I mean, I liked it more than the first one. And then there's this one. I just call it the horrible lighting video. It was a tribute to my dad and what he's doing and what he's done. He does a lot of volunteer work, but I was working on lighting, and I didn't realize what would happen if I just had a dark room and the curtains opened up behind me, or the blinds opened up behind me. I just was kind of too lazy to redo it, so I just left it like that. And kind of lesson learned. The Kennedy Estates, an awesome property, and I've thanked the property owner multiple times while I was there. Just a learning experience for metal detecting, and about the local history, and it gave me a chance to understand Chambersburg a little more historically. It gave me topics. It gave me so many different ideas to use for research in general. It was a fun place to learn. In this video, this is the first time, might have been the first time, I don't know, where I started talking about Maine. I was homesick, like really, really homesick. So on military orders, and I was away from my family and away from Maine. And people always wanted, everywhere I go, people want to hear about Maine, or what's this, or they have an idea of what Maine is. I just want to give people an idea of what growing up in Maine is like, or Maine's different towns. Also, it was really cold, and I probably didn't feel like going outside. This was probably one of my favorite videos to do. It was just like off the cuff, and legitimately with a friend of mine who we started talking about history, like while we were on shift, history, Gettysburg, paranormal stuff, and he's like, "Why don't I just show you around?" That's what we did in this video, and it was fun. Very cool places, a lot of history in that area of Pennsylvania, in southern Pennsylvania. Another favorite tale, another favorite adventure is the bird poop. Another favorite story. So I found this cup. It looks like a Vienna sausage cup, and just as I look, I see a like the engraving, and I see a bird. The bird above me, or the birds above me, decided to go, and it dropped right on my hand, and I was like, it's just one of those things. I was like, what? That just happened. There's no way. Like no way, unless I recorded this, someone would believe me, or if they were right here, they'd believe that a bird just got my hand. Anyway, it was a good story. 24,807 views. Yeah, I never thought about people were gonna actually watch this video at all. Had no idea. Didn't even enter my thought process that many people would be like, oh, okay, that we're gonna watch that. I like I said, like I was getting homesick more and more, but getting closer to going home. I didn't really There was no real thought process into it, except going over words that Mainers use a lot, or words that I heard Mainers use a lot. I'm going to switch gears to the comments in the comments sections of different videos, and kind of review the videos and review the comments. So for the comments, I've taken out the names of the sender, so it's you can't tell unless you look on my comment section who sent it. So not so much a negative comment, and it's kind of funny. It's not a bad comment either, but it kind of reflects the how Mainers respond. So after I did this video, or a little while after I did this video, and I started working at the shipyard again, BIW, I would get people that would come up to me and be like, "You forgot this word, or you forgot that word," and steamers. They're like, "What are you talking about? You've never heard about steamers?" And I would get this attitude. I mean, they were giving me, just joking with me, seriously joking. It just like they were so surprised that I had never heard steamers before. I was like, no, man. But then I would get this like slew of words that they grew up with. Really fun. It's one part, like one part of that, having a video or having a YouTube channel I like is like the people, not the recognition, but like people want to add to the video. People want to add their tidbits and their information and their history to the videos, and that's just cool to me. Here's another comment, and I don't know if the individual is saying that I don't have a Maine accent, or they themselves do not have a Maine accent. I think I mentioned in the video, I know it's in the title, that I grew up in Maine, but like I'm from Maine, but I'm not from Maine. I don't really have an accent. Sometimes I forgot how I put it, but I occasionally have an accent. When I go out of state, people are like, "Oh, he definitely has an accent." It's just interesting to hear different people interpret your accent. This is the last comment that I'll do for this video. I just want to throw this one in there because this is an odd comment. Not really because the person's being odd or saying anything different or mean, negative, or at all. It's just that I've grown up in Maine, and I mean I've lived all over California, Michigan, Virginia, Tucson, Arizona, all during the times when you learn how to you learn speech patterns. So the New York thing, I don't know why that bugged me so much. And it's not so much, like I said, this individual's not being negative. It just bugged me. Because when the individual, I think it was a couple of months ago that I found this one, I was like, I don't have a New York accent. And then I started hearing it. I'm like, shoot, maybe I do. In this video, I go over 6 different murders or murderers from Maine, and I tried to just explain how the system failed, or in my eyes, how the system failed. I tried to use my experience as a correctional officer and dealing with different types of inmates to, better explain the system and why it failed. I wanted to do something different than my normal research and coins and stuff like that, because I was working. I was actually on the job at the time, and I'd still worked and did what I needed to do for the job, but I had time to kill. So I wanted to do something different, and plus the ground was still frozen, so I couldn't go metal detecting. And I just had this idea. The video I uploaded to YouTube about a year ago, around a year ago, probably over a year ago, and this comment showed up about a month ago, or less than a month ago, and at first I was going to send something sarcastic to him, this individual, or delete it. But then I was like, I mean, he's right. The research I did was incomplete because things change, and I wasn't really trying to focus on the individual murderers themselves, or what even the actual murders. I was trying to focus on how the system failed them. And clearly this guy feels passionate about these individuals or their stories enough to respond in this way. So I could have, and I probably should have just deleted it, but I didn't. In one of the very first comments, there's a comment made by a prior inmate that kind of what I wanted to get out of this video is I wanted to get the other side. I've seen it as a correctional officer, or I've seen similar situations as a correctional officer, but the individual kind of describes the living around these different people, these different murderers, and or possible murderers, and it's another side, and to me that's interesting, is to see the other side. So the same negative individual shows up on my main ghost stories, which I love ghost stories, and this video was just like I'd gotten home and I couldn't sleep, and I just wanted to make a video about ghosts, or main ghost stories, because why not? So this comment just makes me laugh because it's the same individual who commented on my last video, and it's just negative. That's all. I'm pretty sure I've met this individual in passing, and it just makes me laugh because, like, I'm not making any money off of my YouTube channel. It's a hobby. It's fun, and if I were to go to work somewhere, because I'm in college now, it wouldn't be Burger King. I have multiple different trades that I can fall back on. Not that Burger King's a bad job. I just have trades, like trade work that I can do. Anyway, this comment's hilarious. This is from my earlier video, either from the main video or the main accent video, or one of my Waterville videos. He says, very inaccurate and low quality video, sir. I had a couple of other negative comments that I didn't put out or refind, I guess. I just thank you because I do want people's feedback. Like, I want to know if it's inaccurate, tell me. And I'll either say yes, or say that's absolutely stupid. I'm not going to do that. Or I'm not going to find that information. But I do think this individual was a troll. because of the name that he used is it's someone else's name that's currently not available to use computers. So it just, I mean, it caught my attention because it's just weird. Like, if you're gonna say something's inaccurate, tell me why it's inaccurate.
One of my top viewed videos, top 5 lost treasures of Pennsylvania, and it's not the quality of the video isn't that great. I'll completely admit that. I was learning how to edit. I'm pasty white. Didn't really know how to use light. I just bought a light machine, or not a light machine, but like a extra light, and I was just learning how to use it. But there's 2 comments that they're negative. They make good points of how I speak, or about how I speak, and that, to me, that's important. I rewatched the video and completely agree with this statement. It I do have too many uhs and ahs, especially in that one. Way too long getting to the point. I agree, but point I have my own purpose for doing it. This clown babbles on about everything except the 5 treasures. Um, I don't really think I was babbling. I liked how the other comment stated it. Uh, so I was like, what else you gonna say? Friggin' clowns, man. The friggin' clowns. I just want to say thank you all to my loyal subscribers, people who watch me. To my future subscribers, I'll see what I can do to keep you entertained and keep making better videos and better content, finding different places to metal detect and different adventures, mainly dig out.